I'm a former musician. I do some acting now on the side when there's time. But basically, someone who in my own life has made some missteps and can understand the shoes that these individuals walk in. And there came a point in calendar year 2000 when I asked my maker, I said, you know, I've been around the world. I've stayed in 5-star hotels. I've traveled in limos. What is it you would have me do? And he said, come over here to Project Return. And I try to tell people that several years ago, I was, you know, back then I was cute. Because what we do at Project Return, trying to help these individuals, is really difficult work. But he led me there, and I said, well, I'm going to stay here until you tell me it's time to go. And even when I've gone home with tired eyes and the gray hair that I didn't have 10 or 11 years ago, you come away from it knowing that you've helped someone else before trying to help your own bank account. And the need is huge. The need is just very large. So that's who Bobby D is now.
Wow, that's beautiful. I know your life is, obviously, is evolving and continues to evolve in terms of that. Talk a little bit about Project Returns and what is the organization, what services do they provide, and how you were led to that organization.
Project Return was founded in 1979 by 5 area ministers. One of them, Reverend Bill Barnes, is still on our board today. And it was first founded to work with the homeless population. And quickly, within a year, they realized that a lot of the clients coming to the agency also had criminal backgrounds. So it evolved into a reentry program. There are a multitude of services that are offered there now. Basically, individuals coming to Project Return need identification. They may have been incarcerated for 5, 10 years. Institutionalized in many cases. Some coming from the drug game may never have gone to a real interview. So we have job readiness classes, job retention classes, family planning, family reunification classes, to help them just the whole spectrum of getting back to the community. And many times getting back for the first time. Again, for the individual who's never gone to a job interview, and they may go in with their pants down and a rag or a hat on their head, you know. These classes are meant to give them a quick start. You know, this is the way that you do it. How to deal with the employer with a felony record, you know, to talk about it openly and candidly, and to still say, I want a chance. Project Return is about second chances. That is what it is about foremost. We give out emergency food that will feed a family of 4 for 5 days. Beyond that, we have other partner agencies that we can refer them to for further nourishment. We have partners that we in the community that provide clothing, some for just business attire, etc. We have one of our newer programs is Family Ties, that works with individuals who have owed back child support. That has been running, that meter has been running the whole time that they're incarcerated. And this is huge for this area. We've never had anything like this in the state of Tennessee. And it's a demonstration to see what effect that would have. Right now, for instance, if an individual who has had 2 or 3 children, they've been incarcerated for 8 years, well, that tab has been running. They go downtown to register with the sheriff's department if they're on a parole, and immediately they may, the child support people have found out that they're getting ready to get out, and there's already a warrant on them. So the children lose, and the individual loses. And sometimes it may not happen that quickly. They may be out a month or so and get a minimum paying job, a minimum wage job, and they find out and they say, well, if you don't give me X amount of dollars within a month, you know, you're going back to jail. So again, the child loses. Tonight, I would love for us to focus on coaching for life, a mentoring program. The federal government has taken heed to some of the real needs of individuals returning to the community from an incarcerated setting. And we have a program called Coaching for Life. And this is where you match individuals with mentors. Someone coming out of an incarcerated setting on probation or parole, they can't tell the parole officer or their probation officer that they're slipping, and they may be slipping back to drugs. So they need that buddy, that big buddy, that person they could go to. Sometimes call in the middle of the night. I'm about to do this, much like the AA and NA, models. But we chose not to call them just mentors. We call them life coaches, hence Coaching for Life, and marvelous program. And under that umbrella as well, we have a youth program as well that works with adjudicated youth, and we try to have just a continuum of care under one roof. All of these programs that we have, the federal programs and our core program, Project Return, are under one roof, co-located. So, you can go upstairs for this or down for others.
Wow, that's beautiful. And I know you wanted to expound on the mentoring and the absence of you getting mentoring. I know that's one of usually sometimes that's a challenge when organizations are relying on the public to kind of help facilitate their mission and their vision. Talk about that process, and how do people get involved in your organization through your mentoring program so that they can help facilitate your vision?
Well, just to get involved, they simply have to call our office, 615-327-9654. Extension 29 is Tony Buggs, our mentoring coordinator. But the importance of it is we find that a lot of men have gone into prison without the father there to be that role model for them. In many cases around the state, you may find an individual incarcerated and his father may be in the same prison, or the mother is incarcerated. So a lot of times they've not had the direction in their upbringing that possibly led them to that incarcerated situation. We reach out to churches, we reach out to civic organizations, the chamber, to say, come help us. In 2005, President Bush in the State of the Union said, America is the land of second chance. And when these prison gates open, we need to be there to help them. And that's what these programs are about, specifically Coaching for Life. Because the federal government, Washington, finally realized that, we can put a few dollars over there now. First, they realized that you couldn't build your way out of this problem. They tried the 3 strikes, you're out, and that, it just did not work. And so they said, let's try a different approach. Let's try the helping hand approach. And not the hand out, but the hand up. The mentoring concept has come about in the last few years. And Washington has really embraced that. And they passed a law, Danny Davis out of Illinois, Representative Davis, among others, sponsored the Second Chance Act. And out of that, we've had about a variety of 10 different reentry programs for ex-offenders, with one of the cornerstones being the mentoring component. Because the individual a lot of times just can't do it alone. Project Return on many levels is almost like the stop cop, the cop on the corner, giving directions, left, right, because we may not have all of the services under our roof, but we have these community partners and we can direct them to this one or to that one. Yeah. And the mentoring is what we've realized through the years, and we were never able to do it before until Washington embraced it firstly. And so, well, here are some seed dollars to start it. We're not, you're not